challenge when you look at a guy like Bijan out of the backfield. He's their third
Yeah.
leading receiver, as a DB, especially.
Like I said, man, like this is positionless football right now. So everybody can do everything. They have some athletes out there that can, move around, and when they get in space, they're dangerous. So I mean, I feel like this is one of the best offenses in the league right now, and they're coming together and putting some games together.
What sort of emphasis have you guys put on defending the tight end play this week? Seems to be an
honestly,
area that's kind of been.
Just finding ways to affect the timing and affect the rhythm of the tight end and quarterback that they have. So I know that we're coming in, and Kyle Pitt's been having some good games with Kirk Cousins back there. Just trying to disrupt Kirk and trying to put our hands and stuff like that and show different looks to Kyle Pitts.
Jourdan, the lack of takeaways on.
It's football, man. Honestly, it's just not coming our way, but they come in bunches, and I know some guys that can get them. So.
Zim's defense is different than Dan Quinn's, obviously. In terms of the DBs and the cornerbacks on boundaries and in the slot, how does Zim's defense, what does it demand in terms of tackling and having to wrap up in the open field versus maybe Quinn's?
I don't know. We always have to tackle.
Well,
yeah, we always have to tackle.
But is it given the scheme?
I don't think that's an emphasis that's in the building. I feel like that's what everybody else is talking about externally. Maybe it hasn't been up to par, but we've always had to tackle. That's always been a part of our game.
Does it stress the secondary differently in Zim's defense versus
No,
Quinn's?
I mean, we always had to do that, honestly. We always had to tackle.
Mentally, to the outside looking in, a lot of people are wondering if this team is mentally struggling. Mm-hmm. The word soft has been tossed around. What are your thoughts on that? I know that you're never one to shy away from giving your input.
Yeah, can't worry about it. Honestly, that's not how we win football games, worrying about who thinks about us and how they think about it. So we just got to go out there and show the people that we can play football with anybody. So regardless of how people feel about us, soft or not, we got to go out there and perform. And we haven't been. And that's just the bottom line of it. We haven't been winning games, and it hasn't been up to par.
Who are you guys right now in terms of mentally and where you're at?
Got to find it. We got to find it. I know who we want to be. So we got to get back to that point.
How much of an advantage is it that Mike Zimmer coached Kirk Cousins for 4 years in Minnesota? Like, how much insight is that? Is it different than playing another quarterback?
No, I mean, we always watch film, but honestly, having a head coach that coached a guy like Kirk and, some of the things that he's good at, understanding, some of those meetings, being in there, it helps. But at the same time, we got to go out there and execute it. We haven't been with Kirk. So we got to go out there and defend those guys, and hopefully we can stop Kurt and get some pressure on different things like that. But we still got to go out there and execute, regardless of who knows who.
When you've had guys like Kalen, Jourdan, and Amani all missing time at different points, how do you stay on the same page with maybe some different personnel in there?
You got to talk. Football is about, especially on defense, you got to talk. So just communicate and understanding what we like to do, how we want to play things, different things like that. We got to speak the same language out there. So regardless of who's on, who's coming up or who's playing, who's not, we got to go out there and speak the same language and communicate.
How much are y'all missing Micah and Tank in that pass rush?
I mean, they all pros, man. So, I mean, they're really good at what they do. They're really disruptive. So, I mean, we got to find ways to, supplement that and get out there and, rush the passer and, stop the run. So, I mean, they're all pros. Their resume speaks for itself. But at the same time, we got to go out there and do our jobs. Regardless of who's out there, we got to go, put a good defense out there.
Coming back from an injury and the growing pains of that. You might feel good one day, the next day.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's an up and down roller coaster, but you always got to stay mentally prepared. And I feel like last week he did that, coming up and showing that, he wants to be physical and things like that. I was happy to see that, So just hopefully, we can get that, going and keep, that consistency going. So like you said, just the ups and downs of, how your body feeling, things like that, it can be a challenge. But I feel like he's doing pretty good with it.
Jourdan, when you look at this Atlanta offense, has there been an opponent you guys have faced so far that maybe helps you prepare for their type of balanced attack?
We just played the 49ers. I mean, that's one of the best offenses, historically. So, but they got some different guys. They got some guys healthy. Their receivers are healthy, and their running back is healthy. So, I mean, it's some guys that can do everything, just like the 49ers. So they have a tight end that can do everything, receivers that can do everything, and a running back that can do everything, and a quarterback that can distribute the ball. So I feel like we should be prepared. But at the same time, we got to see what they like to do and how they want to attack us.
Speaking of that quarterback, we've seen him have a game putting up 500 yards
Yeah.
already this year. Talk about how dangerous he can be at his best.
Absolutely. When he's on, he's one of the best. And I feel like he can get the ball out to anywhere he wants to, and he understands, where the ball needs to be. So he has a lot of guys that can get the ball. And make plays with it. So it's going to be definitely a big challenge.
Big handler being like the main corner on this team, because you might not get a lot of talk, but there are times where it's almost like we expect him to be perfect when you play a position that's not going to be perfect.
It's hard. It's definitely hard. Understanding that this job is feast or famine. So you can be doing your job all game, and a big play hits you, and it's like you had a bad game. So it's definitely difficult. But I feel like he's handled it. He's one of the number one corners since he's been here. So he's been following guys since he's been a rookie. So I feel like he's been handling it really well. And we just got to continue the process. This is something that he's never experienced before, like a major injury that kept him out. So I feel like he's doing a really good job with it, but mentally that's hard. That's extremely hard when you have a season-ending injury. But I feel like he's handling it well, and we're trying to hit our strides.
He's talked about a lot of people in. Him and Mike are pretty tight.
Yeah.
So I'm not close with him because you're in the same room.
Yeah.
What kind of guy is he?
Quiet, real quiet, shy guy. When he knows he can trust you, he starts speaking up and things like that. But he's shy. He's real shy. People think he's a rock star and everything like that, and buoyant, boisterous, but that's just not his attitude. He's a calm guy. He wants to play football at a high level, and he wants to be, a guy that you can depend on. He wants to be one of the best in the league. So, he has been that, and he's just trying to get back to form, and I feel like he's on his way back. He's definitely on the way to that.
We saw him